Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Emma here. Let's go ahead and grab a child's pose to get started today. Come towards the back of your mat with your knees wide, arms outstretched, and forehead down. If it feels better, you can always bring your knees together and drape the arms by the side, or grab a crocodile pose lying flat on your belly. Take a deep breath in and feel the lungs and the ribs expand forward, like they're pushing towards the mat, towards the thighs. Exhale completely. Take a deep breath in, feel the lungs, the ribs expand outwards, like sideways. Exhale completely. And finally, take a deep breath in. Try to fill up the back of the lungs, the back of the ribs. Breath out. Seal your lips, breathe onto the roof of your mouth, the back of the throat, Ujjayi breathing. Making an ocean sound with the breath. One more here. Let's walk the hands over to the left first today. Keep sinking right hip back. Drop your outer right armpit a tad. And then walk the hands over to the right. One more breath. Walk your hands center, slide all the way forward onto your belly. Once you get there, press down with the tops of the feet. Take your hands out about 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock and prop up onto the finger pads. You have a baseball or a tennis ball underneath your hands. On your next inhale, roll your chest up. And exhale, bottom of the ribs down, then the chest. Roll yourself back down. Again, inhale it. And exhale down. Inhale it. Drop your right shoulder towards the mat. Look over your left elbow. Inhale back up. And lower yourself all the way down. Inhale up. Drop your left shoulder towards the ground. Look over your right elbow. Inhale up. And exhale all the way down. One more. Roll yourself up. And then lower just the bottom of the ribs down. Keep your chest lifted. Can you get really light in your hands so much that your pinky fingers lift? Then the ring fingers. Then the middle fingers. Pointer fingers. And thumbs. I like to make 2 fists. It just feels a little bit stronger. Try to squeeze the shoulder blades together and then lift your legs up as well. Point the toes, peel your thighs off the mat as much as you can for 3. Deep breathing. 2. Push into your hands and roll yourself up to cobra pose. Pin the shoulder heads back, melt the inner thighs down. Look over your right shoulder and your left shoulder. Come back through center. Child's pose. Keep the knees where they are. Take a breath in and out. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feel free to grab the outer edges of the mat or 2 blocks. You may like to pedal your legs here depending how open the hamstrings and the calves feel at this point in your day. Notice if you're rounding your back at all. If that's the case, bend the knees a little bit more. Lift up through the sides, the outer hips. Let your head be totally heavy. Let's lift both heels up and drop them off to the right. Option to step the left foot behind the right heel. Keep lifting up through your waist. Back through center, heels left. Option to step right foot behind. Back through center. Tippy toes, walk all the way up to the front. Nice wide forward fold. Little bend or big bend in the knees. Clasp your hands behind your head, and then think about the elbows going towards each other, almost like you're wearing your arms like a helmet. This just helps to release extra tension in the upper back, the neck. Of course, if that doesn't feel good, feel free to just hang the arms. Switch the grip, opposite thumb on top. Just like in down dog, notice if you're rounding your back at all. If that's the case, bend the knees a little bit more. One more breath. Release your arms, and then really slowly ragdoll yourself all the way up towards standing. We're going to reach both arms up overhead. Then draw the hands through heart center, interlace your hands and push your palms down. Scoop both arms up, pull the bottom ribs in and squeeze your legs, lean over to the right. Breathe down the left side. Inhale, center. Exhale, take it left. Breathing down the right side. Back through center. Look up, see which thumb is on top, and then clasp your hands behind your back, opposite grip. Lean back, send the hips forward. Take a lion's breath in. Tongue out. Bend your knees and fold over your legs. You can keep the grip or release. Bend your left knee, turn your chest to the right. Back through center, bend the right knee, turn your chest to the left. Back through center, release your bind. Lift up halfway. Fold, step back, left foot, then right foot to plank. Shift forward and drop your knees. Lower chest and chin to the ground, hug the elbows in. Hip points down, pull yourself through to cobra pose. Like you're shining the sternum forward and plugging the shoulder heads back. Then tuck your toes, tone your low belly to lift your hips, downward facing dog. Head heavy, can gaze at your thighs, your navel, or maybe close the eyes. Make your breath nice and audible, really loud, like someone was in the room next to you and you want them to hear your breath. Lift your heels, look forward, step left foot, then right foot to the front. Halfway lift, forward fold. Inhale, rise, reach up. Exhale, cactus, bend your arms, maybe two fists, lean back. Reach up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. halfway lift. Step back with your right foot, then your left foot to plank pose. Shift forward with or without the knees, lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. No rush to get there. Can you get a little lighter in the toes, heavier in the heels? Squeeze your quadriceps to help push the thigh bones back. Notice if you're dumping into your low back or your shoulders. Think about lengthening the sides of your body, breathing between the ribs. Lift your heels and look forward. Step with your right foot, then your left foot to the front. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Inhale, rise. Cactus, bend your arms and lean back. Reach up, inhale. Forward fold. Half lift. Step back or jump back, chaturanga, exhale. Inhale up. Exhale back, down dog. Breathing with purpose, with intention. Notice if the mind's wandering, come back to the sensation, the sound of the breath. One more. Look forward, step or jump to the front. Half lift. Fold in. Inhale, rise, reach up. Cactus, bend your arms and lean back. Light toes, reach up, pull the ribs in. Forward fold. Lift halfway. Step back or jump back, chaturanga, dandasana, exhale. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, upward facing. Exhale, Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. Keep sinking the heels. And pull the ribs in, belly button in. Last breath. Look forward, step or jump to the front. Half lift, fold in. Inhale, rise. Last time, cactus, bend your arms, lean back. Reach up, inhale. Forward fold. Half lift. Step back or jump back, chaturanga. Gaze forward as you lower. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your feet out nice and wide, about the width of your mat. Bring your thumbs to touch. You might walk the hands back just a tad. Take your right hand and reach for your outer left ankle. Squeeze your legs and push your hips to the right. If possible, lift the toes, squeeze your quadriceps, and breathe. Release, switch, left hand, outer right ankle. Bump hips a little left, pull torso through to the right. Last two. Thumbs touch, look forward, step or jump outside of your hands. Yogi squat. Feel free to move around a little bit. Might feel nice to roll out the neck or the wrists here. Feel free to always close your eyes. Gonna tune in, let some distractions go. Put your hands down, step just the left foot back, crooked monkey or crooked lizard pose. Keep the right toes angled out. Let's just go right hand to right thigh, opening up to the right. Plug the left shoulder back, 3. 2. 1, wiggle your right foot in, half splits pose, flex your toes. Try to spread the toes apart, like you don't want them to touch. One more breath. Rebend your right knee and reach both arms up. Grab your left wrist and lean over to the right. Back through center, hands to the mat. Tuck your back toes, send your right leg up to 3-leg down dog. Bend your right knee, stack your hips. Feel free to stay there or take 3 big circles. Square off your hips. Step your right foot forward. Walk over to the left. Skandasana at the back of the mat. Deeply bend your left knee. Feel free to take side lunge instead if you prefer. You want this left heel down, so if you need to, lift your hips up a bit. Feel free to use your hands. Squeeze your right quadriceps, flex your toes. And then flip around towards the back of your mat, crooked monkey or crooked lizard pose. Drop your right knee, left toes angled out, left hand to left thigh, gentle twist left. Plug the right shoulder back, 3. 2. 1, wiggle left foot in, half splits. Press the right shin bone down, spread your left toes apart. One more breath. Bend your left knee, Anjaneyasana B, reach up. Grab your right wrist and lean over to your left. Spread the right toenails and push them down. One more breath. Back through center, hands to the mat, tuck your back toes, send your left leg up and back, 3-leg downward dog. Bend it, stack it. Stay there or take 3 big hip circles. Square your hips, step your left foot forward. Walk it over to the right, Skandasana at the front of the mat or side lunge. Again, get that right heel down, take the rounding out of your back, try to sit up tall, and breathe. Pivot around to the front, step your left foot to meet your right foot, halfway lift, forward fold. Bend both knees, sit back, Utkatasana. Exhale, twist open to the left. Inhale, reach up. Sweep both arms back. Inhale, reach up. Twist open to the right. Inhale, reach up. Sweep both arms back and hold. Light toes, 3, 2, 1. Standing back bend, straight legs, look up, lean back. Forward fold, empty your lungs. Halfway lift. Step back or jump back, chaturanga, exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath in. Open mouth, sigh. Take another breath in. Exhale, just step the right foot forward towards the thumb. Spin your back foot flat, warrior 1. Knit your ribs together. Inhale, look up. Exhale, hinge forward, sweep your arms back. Squeeze your triceps. Push into your right foot, open up to the left, star pose. When you get there, grab your right wrist and lean over to the left. As you inhale, come back through center, release that grip, start to dive down to the right like a big torso circle. Swing your head through center and walk it around to the back of the mat, runner's lunge. Bump your right foot a little to the right and come up to a high lunge crescent warrior. Take an inhale. Exhale, open your arms and twist to the left. Keep your back knee off the mat. Reach your right arm up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step your left foot back. Chaturanga. Exhale. Cobra or up dog. Breath in. Down dog. Breath out. Inhale. Exhale, step your left foot forward towards your thumb. Right foot flat, Virabhadrasana 1. Settle in, take a breath, look up. Hinge forward and sweep your arms back. Firm your triceps. Push into your feet, star pose, pivot. Grab your left wrist and lean over to the right. As you come back through center, you're going to dive your torso down to the left, swing through center, and walk it around to the front, runner. Left foot a little to the left, come up to a high lunge crescent warrior. Take an inhale. Exhale, open arms, twist right. Reach just the left arm up. Keep your back knee off the mat. And then place your hands down and step back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva. Exhale, Adho, downward facing dog. Steady breathing. In and out through the nose. Again, like you're trying to get someone in the room next to you to hear your breath. Inhale. Exhale, right foot step. Warrior 1. Hinge and sweep. Star pose. Grab right wrist, lean left. Center, dive down to the right. Swing it through center and take it to the back. Runner. Crescent lunge, inhale. Exhale, twist left. Right arm reach up. Hands to the mat, chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale, down dog. Breath in. Breath out, left foot step. Warrior 1. Hinge and sweep, arms back. Star. Grab left wrist, lean right. Center. Dive torso down to the left, and then walk it around to the front, runner. Crescent lunge, rise. Twist open to the right. Left arm reach up. Vinyasa, exhale. We'll take it through one more time with our breath. Inhale. Exhale, right foot. Virabhadrasana 1. Hinge and sweep. Star. Grab right wrist, lean left. Center, dive it down to the right, and sweep it to the back, runner. Crescent lunge. Twist left. Right arm up. Chaturanga. Take it through. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, left foot. Warrior 1. Hinge, sweep. Star. Left wrist over to the right. Center, dive your torso down and walk it to the front, runner. Crescent lunge. Twist open right. Left arm up. Chaturanga, exhale. Grab a child's pose. If you would prefer to keep working for the next 30 seconds or so, you can grab a forearm plank instead. Slowing down the breath once again. Smoothing it out, nice and even. Relax your face. Take one more breath. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. Bring your thumbs to touch once again. Step your right foot directly outside your right pinky finger into lizard pose. Hug your right knee in towards your shoulder. Feel free to stay there or drop down to your forearms. Don't let the right knee fall out to the right here. You're hugging the right knee in. Pump up your left leg, back of the knee going up. 3. 2. 1 more breath. Drop your back knee, turn your right toes out. Crooked monkey pose. This time, reach your right hand back for your left foot if possible. You're not rolling to the outer edge of the right foot. I see a lot of people do that. If you have the body awareness, it's fine. You just don't want to be collapsing into your right ankle. So I like to keep the ball of the right foot down the entire time. Plug your left shoulder back. Last breath. Pyramid pose. Wiggle your right foot in with the toes forward. Left toes angled out. level your pelvis and fold over your right leg. Walk the hands forward or walk the hands back. Either way, try to keep the hips nice and level. One more breath, just like this. Revolving triangle. Left hand in or outside the right foot, right arm reaching up. Keep the hips level, that's the hardest part. Shift some weight into the back foot, the left foot to feel more stable. It's a push down with the left hand to assist with the twist. There's no rounding in your back. 3. 4. Last breath. Look down, bump your left hand forward, throw the left leg up behind you, revolving half moon. Lift up from the left heel, keep the right thigh bone pushing back. Maybe the right hand rests at the tailbone, just to know that your hips are level for 3. Keep turning chest to the right, 2. 1, step left foot behind right foot, crisscross the ankles. Walk your hands over to the right. Totally relax your neck. Then keep the ankles crossed. You might just kind of wiggle your feet more towards the center of your mat. So I actually really want that left foot in the center. That means your right foot might be a little bit over to the left side of your mat. And we're going to bring the left hand to the left hip. Your right peace sign fingers, grab your right big toe. Feel free to put a little bend in the knees. You're going to grab that right big toe and pull that leg up in front of you as you come up to stand. Plug the right shoulder back. If that's too much, grab the knee instead. Steady your breath and steady your gaze. Take your right leg to the right, whether you have the big toe or the knee. Flex the foot and kick the inner heel forward. If that's going well, gaze left. Scoop tailbone towards left heel. 2 more breaths. Bring your right leg through center. Release grip and take a long step back, warrior 2. Line your left heel up with your right arch. Deeply bend your left knee and feel your hip points lift. Steady gaze over the left fingertips. Side angle, left elbow to left thigh. Extend your top arm if possible, otherwise just reach up. Firm down the outer edge of your right foot. And then maybe extend that bottom arm like you're holding a block between your hands. 3. 2. 1 more breath. Reverse triangle, inhale. Option to grab hold of the left wrist if that feels good. Triangle pose. If you feel a lot of rounding, walk the hand up the shin more. Focus more on keeping the spine straight, so tailbone going back, crown forward, then really going down to the foot. Stay there or extend your top arm for a little bit more length on the right side. Firm down the outer edge of your right foot for 3. Belly button back, 2. 1, Skandasana at the back of your mat. Deeply bend your right knee. Flex your left toes. Stay here, or you could open it up, right fingertips on the mat, left arm reach up. Maybe even make a bind, left arm behind the back. Try not to round forward too much. Turn your chest to the left. 3, 2, last breath. Wide leg forward fold. Tip yourself forward, squeeze your legs. Hands on the mat, fingers in line with toes or further back. Think chaturanga arms, squeezing the legs. You're rolling your weight forward without gripping into the toes. Crown of the head really heavy. Focus on the exhales. Last 2. One more breath. Lift up halfway. Walk towards the back of your mat. Runner's lunge. Left hand down. Option, right peace sign fingers to the big toe or grab your right knee. As you roll to the outside edge of your left foot, take it into side plank Vashisthasana. Just like we did standing, kick the inner heel forward, plug the left shoulder back, like I always say in crooked monkey or crooked lizard pose. Stay there or flip it over, wild thing. Push in behind your heart. 2. 1, slow, flip it around, find pigeon pose, right side. Take your time. If you'd like, you can come down to the forearms or use some props. Maybe forehead all the way to the ground or the forearms. Stay where you are or add a twist over to the right. Threading the left arm underneath. Maybe half wrapping the right arm behind the back, reaching for the right big toe. You can always put a block underneath your head. You also don't even have to add the twist. Press down with the left big toe, so you're not just rolling to the outer edge of the left foot. When you're ready, begin to walk those hands back towards you. Roll onto your right hip and swing your left leg around. Janu Shirshasana, right foot, inner left thigh. Send the arms up. Fold over your left leg. Feel free to put a little bend in the knee. Drop your right armpit slightly. Release that. Let's go right hand outside the right hip. Roll onto your right shin. Spin your left toes in. Stargazer pose. Kind of like modified side plank, but a little bit more of a back bend. Inhale. Exhale, left hand down. You might need to adjust yourself a little bit. Step right foot back. You're now facing the front of the mat. Plank pose and lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step the feet wide and bring the thumbs to touch. Step left foot outside left pinky finger into lizard pose. Hug left knee in towards left shoulder. Push the back of your right knee up. Make sure those left toes stay pointing forward. Option to drop down forearms. Focus on the hips. So the left hip pulling back and sinking, Right hip pulling forward and lifting. One more breath. Drop your back knee. Crooked monkey or crooked lizard, left toes out, option to reach for the back foot. Plug your right shoulder back. Three more breaths. Last one. Release grip. Wiggle left foot in. Pyramid pose. Shorten up the stance and fold over your left leg. Focus most on the hips being level, so the hips are not swaying over to the left. You can walk the hands forward or back. Let's add a twist. Right hand in or outside the foot. Block is great too. Left hand reaching up, revolving triangle. Don't let those hips sway to the left. To push down with the right hand, so you're not rounding your back. If it feels okay on your neck, you can look up towards your left thumb. Two more breaths. Look down, bump your right hand forward, throw the right leg up behind you, revolving half moon. You can always put the left hand at the low back just to keep the hips level. Keep turning chest to the left, lift up from your right heel. Two more breaths. Step the right foot behind the left foot, cross the ankles, and walk the hands over to the left. Walk the hands to center. You want to wiggle your feet a little more towards center, but keep them crossed. So the right foot really is in the middle of the mat. The left foot's maybe over on the right side. Right hand to the right hip, left peace sign fingers. Grab your left big toe. Little bend in that right knee is going to help you as you come up to stand, pulling the left leg up in front of you as you come up. Feel free to grab the knee instead. Plug the left upper arm bone back so your shoulders are square. You're not opening your chest to the right. Flex your toes, stamp your heel forward. Left leg out to the left, Parshva side. Look off to the right. Flex the left foot a lot so that inner heel kicks forward. One more breath. Left leg center. Release grip, long step back, warrior two. Take a moment to adjust your feet. Right heel in line with the left arch. Better to set it up now than get in the pose with bad alignment. Hip points lift, gaze over right fingers, side angle. Extend the top arm if that feels all right. Firm down the outer edge of the left foot. Pull your belly button back and your ribs back. If possible, extend your bottom arm like you're holding a block between your hands for 3. 2. One more breath. Straight legs, reverse triangle. Option to grab hold of that right wrist. Triangle pose. Reach and then go down. Again, more important to have the spine straight, not rounded or dumping forward. Squeeze your legs. Stay there or extend your top arm. Firm down the outer edge of your left foot. Scoop your right butt cheek underneath you. Last two. One. Skandasana at the back. You may need to widen your stance a bit. Same options as the other side. Try to even it out. Maybe left hand down, right arm reach up. Then you can bend the right elbow, go for that half wrap or bind. But try not to round forward so much. Push your low back in, turning open to the right. Keep squeezing your right leg, flex your toes. Last three. Two. One breath. Release. Prasarita Padottanasana. This time, grab feet, ankles, or big toes. Squeeze your legs a lot, like you're trying to pull yourself over your legs. Slide the shoulder blades away from the ears. Lengthen your neck, your spine. Last two. Release grip, half lift. Walk to the back. Right hand down. Roll to the outer edge of the right foot. Vashisthasana on the right. Option to grab left big toe with peace sign fingers or tree pose variation. Think about doing this standing. You're kicking your inner heel forward, plugging the right shoulder back. Gazing down to the right hand, easier. Stay there or slowly flip it, wild thing. Nice and slow, pigeon pose, left side. Again, facing the back of the mat in pigeon. Feel free to use props, even if you didn't on the other side. Stay there or add that twist. Right arm underneath like thread the needle. Option to half wrap left arm. Press down with the top of the right big toe so you avoid just rolling all the way to the right. Last breath. Begin to walk your hands back, roll onto your left hip and swing your right leg around. Janu Shirshasana. Bottom left foot, inner right thigh. Send the arms up. Align torso over right leg, fold. Drop your left armpit slightly. Right side waist pulling back. One more breath. Bring yourself up. Left hand outside left hip. Roll onto the left shin. Push your hips forward. Spin those right toes in and lean back. Let's look down, right hand down, step back plank pose, facing the front of the mat, lower chaturanga. Inhale up, exhale down dog. Look forward, step or jump through seated. Bottoms of the feet touching, Baddha Konasana. Feet close to you, grab the feet or ankles, sit up tall, hinge and fold. Open your feet up like a book, especially if you don't feel enough of a stretch. That's going to help you. Use the elbows to help push the legs down, sternum forward, shoulders back, away from the ears. One more breath. Lift your torso, close your knees like a book, feet flat, arms forward, 10 counts onto your back, 9. Belly button pulling back, 8. Nice and slow, 7. 1 vertebrae at a time, 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk the feet closer to you. You can stretch the arms overhead if that feels nice. Arms by the side, tailbone scoop, no space between the mat and your back. Lift your hips, bridge pose. If you'd like to make a bind, you can go for that already. Keep the softening of the ribs down, inner thighs spiraling down. Last 3. 2. Release grip, lower your hips. Back bend number 2, bridge with a bind, or upward facing bow. Tailbone scoop, lift the hips. Knees towards the space or the wall in front of you, chest towards the space or the wall behind you. Again, feel the inner thighs spiral or melt down, 5. Keep that breath moving, 3. Last breath. Chin tuck, slow, lower, all the way down. Take a breath. Final back bend, bridge, or upward facing bow. 5 breaths when you're ready. You can always come up and do camel instead. Keep the toes forward. Relax your neck, especially if you're in up bow. Last 2. Lower yourself down. Hug your knees in. Rock side to side. And then grab the back of the legs. Rock up 3 times. On the last time, wiggle into your butt bones, legs straight, Paschimottanasana. Feel free to put a bend in the knees. Send the arms up. Hinge and fold over your legs. Notice the more you squeeze your belly, the more length you can get. Walk your hands back, lie down onto your back and take a big U-turn, legs overhead, plow, hands to low back, and then legs up, shoulder stand. If you don't want to do shoulder stand, grab a waterfall pose instead, keeping the hips on the ground and just sending the legs straight up. plow pose. Ear pressure pose, Skandasana. Back of the skull, push down. Slowly roll it out, fish. Lift your chest, wrap your head back. Stretch your throat, lion's breath in. Tongue out. Lower yourself down, knees to chest, and then take the knees wide. Happy baby pose. Massage your low back by rocking side to side or straightening one leg at a time for an inner thigh stretch. This will be our last pose together, so if you'd like to close out with a supine twist, legs up the wall, or Supta Baddha Konasana, feel free to head there now. If and when you're ready, extend the legs straight, let the toes flop out, sprawl your arms by your sides, and make any adjustments you need to find more comfort, more stillness. Scan your body for leftover effort. Release your breath control. Do your best to let the mind be as still as the body. Release and let go, Savasana. Slowly start to bring awareness back. Notice your physical body, fingers, toes, maybe give those a wiggle. Roll out the wrists, the ankles, head side to side. When you're ready, stretch the arms overhead, point your toes, and then draw the knees in. Roll to right or left side, and make your way up, seated position. Relaxing the shoulders, sitting up tall, breathing naturally. Draw the hands to heart. Deep breath in. Exhale. Namaste. Thank you for choosing to practice with me. I hope you enjoyed this class. If you did, give it a thumbs up, send it to your family and friends who you think would like it, and definitely hit the subscribe button. See you guys next week.